This is Health Quest, a daily guide to good nutrition for today's lifestyles.
Good evening. Welcome to Health Quest. I'm Deborah Arneson, your host for the evening, and tonight we have a great show for you. We're talking about a food medicine. I call it a food medicine. It's called green magma, and it's been around for about 30 years. I remember when it first came into the marketplace, but we're going to let David expound on that a bit. And tonight we have David Saperstein, and he is the Midwest Regional Marketing person for Green Foods, and Green Foods is the company that has brought green magma into this continent. So David, thanks for taking the time to be here. I really appreciate having you.
Thank you. I appreciate being here.
Yeah, so tell me about green magma. I think it's an amazing food. I actually started it almost a month ago.
Oh, good.
My daughter brought it for me 6 months ago. It sat in the cupboard for a while. And I started popping this stuff, and I have to tell you, I feel great. I do.
Well, you know, that's the amazing thing about it. People have personal experiences with it. I started taking it 10 years ago, and long before I thought about working for the company or anything like that. And I had an employer who was giving it to us as a perk between shifts.
Is that funny?
At a restaurant.
Okay.
At the Chicago
To
Diner.
wake you up?
Yeah, yeah. And it was great. He provided it, and it really did wake us up. I mean, it was this green juice, you know, and
Instead of a hit of coffee or caffeine or a Coke or something.
And I knew right away that it was giving me a benefit. I mean, within 15 minutes, I felt more energetic and ready to go on with the rest of my shift. So I had a personal experience with it, and I kept using it and I've been using it ever since.
Well, you look like a baby. I mean, you have to get a close-up of this face because he doesn't have a wrinkle.
Oh,
And
I've
you're
seen
how
a few.
old are you?
36.
You don't look your age at all. So,
Thank you.
what I do is nutrition. So I always go by, the skin of a person and their complexion and the color, and yours is great. So
Thank you.
you're doing something really right. You work out, though, too, right?
I do.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
So
absolutely essential.
tell me, what is green magma?
It is barley grass. It's barley grass juice, and it's
Okay.
organically grown.
And dehydrated?
Yeah, it is spray dried. Actually, it's a process that our founder, Dr. Hagiwara, patented over 25 years ago.
Spray dried?
It's spray dried. It's a high pressure, low temperature technique.
So it retains the integrity of the nutrients?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So it's basically, we take the shoots of barley grass, and this is a plant that would eventually mature into a barley producing grain plant. But we take the shoots when they're at their nutritional peak, which is about an 8-inch shoot of grass.
How long does it take to grow them that tall?
That takes about a month.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, and the entire process,
They're juveniles.
a month to 60 days, depending on the climate and
Okay.
the.
Where is it primarily grown? Do you have plants throughout the world, or?
We grow our grass both in Japan and in California.
Okay.
And the bulk of what's sold here in the United States is grown in California, just south of Santa Barbara, in Oxnard.
Really? Oxnard?
Oxnard.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, it's an agricultural area of Southern California. And again, it's all organic techniques, certified organic, non-GMO.
It's wonderful.
And the grass is cut and juiced, just like you would juice grass at home if you had a grass juicer. And the juice is drained out, and the fiber is taken back into the field and used as compost.
That's great.
And then we we spray dry the grass, and you take it as a powder or a tablet.
That's wonderful. So the powder would give you more of a kick, I presume, than a tablet. You'd have to take a lot more tablets to get the effects of like a teaspoon or a tablespoon of the powder.
Yeah.
So how much do you take a day?
I take it twice a day, and I take 2 heaping teaspoons
Okay.
twice a day.
Can you take too much?
You can't take too much. I mean,
Okay.
you can't eat too many salads a day, right? You can't eat too much spinach.
Too many
every day.
greens,
Too many
right.
greens. You can't take too much.
And how many people don't eat their greens,
Right,
actually?
right.
Don't eat vegetables or enough vegetables.
I think, absolutely. I mean, I think there's a limit to how effective it's going to be. I mean, you don't want to just, for one thing, if you're taking it all day long, you're going to go through the bottle a lot more quickly, but certainly you can't take too much. That's the wonderful thing about it.
What do you find the benefits are of taking this food product?
Well, the benefits are many. I mean, they cover the whole spectrum because it is a real food, and it's providing you with such a complete nutritional profile of antioxidants, enzymes, vitamins, very high mineral content, amino acids, a complete protein.
It is considered a complete
Absolutely.
protein. So just like the egg,
Absolutely.
except it happens to be organic and barley.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
And all the dark greens. I mean, and chlorophyll, of course, is the common denominator for all dark greens. So because it's such a complete nutritional profile, it's just the foundation of good health. I mean, it's going to be good for every possible thing as a preventive.
Yeah, I was just thinking while you were speaking, honestly, this would be a great chelating agent because amino acids bound up with minerals act as chelating agents for heavy metals and
Right.
toxic elements. So this is great. Tell me this. Why do you like this so much, personally?
Well, I have a personal experience. I mean, I take it first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. And I know that if I had not enough sleep, or if I didn't eat the right things the day before, or whatever, I feel better 15 minutes later after taking it, and I'm ready to go and start my day. And I know, like you said, that from both cosmetic to internal evidence, I know that, you know, my skin has, you know, been great for my whole life, and especially the last 10 years since I've been taking it. But it's really, the main benefit is internal. I just I feel stronger, I feel more alert, I feel more both psychologically, mentally, and physically ready.
Well, anything high in enzymes is going to be totally beneficial to the human body. I mean, with the amount of garbage we put in our systems, or most Americans put in their bodies, with fried foods and with processed foods and packaged long shelf life items and Cokes with caffeine, we're destroying enzymes rampantly, abundantly, every single day. So people are coming up at the age, in my practice, I see people in their 30s and 20s with diseases of the aging process that you shouldn't see until they're in their 50s and 60s. So I know enzymes being the key factor for everything, that's a huge plus for this particular food product.
It is. It's no accident that we're seeing all of these diseases because of the things that people start eating from childhood. You know, just soda pop and laden with sugar, and most of the things we consume are very acidic. And we also get acidic acid in our system from.
And this changes the pH then.
Absolutely.
Plus, you're healing Americans.
Well,
so I mean, you must love your job because you're bringing health to people.
It's true. I mean, that is really what we're doing.
Yeah, and, that's a gift. Thank you. It's a nice thing. Well, we're running out of time, believe it or not. Quick question for you. Is this considered a detox product as well? And does it help different diseases like arthritis, irritable bowel syndrome, you know, people with Crohn's problems, disease, diabetes?
It absolutely is a detox product, and that's largely attributed to the chlorophyll and the enzymes, high enzyme activity. That's one of its greatest benefits, is a mild, gentle cleanse.
Well, we use this in our clinic as part of our detox program.
Well, greens are great for detox. But to answer your other question, yes, we have testimonial evidence for all of those disorders that you described. Lots of cancer testimonials, we have some clinical trials on irritable bowel. That some researchers have done. We have a researcher from University of California at Davis, Dr. Shibamoto, who has done some research specifically isolating some of the antioxidants in barley grass juice. And we have another researcher at George Washington University doing some clinical trials for tumor reduction.
Wow.
And he's been doing trials for a couple of years on that. So
well, this is exciting information. I'm so sorry we've run out of time, David.
Well,
thank you for being here. We're going to bring Dragon on next and talk to your PR person, your testimonial man, about the benefits of green magma. So thank you again for your time and your energy. It's a pleasure meeting you.
My pleasure.
Okay. Don't move yet. Welcome back to Health Quest. I'm Deborah Arneson, and once again, our exciting guest tonight is Dragon, who is a spokesperson for Green Foods and Green Magma. And Dragon is a testimonial to the efficacy of this wonderful food medicine that is purported to be an amazing, complete protein, amino acid, packed with enzyme food. And Dragon is going to share his experiences with his abilities since he's been taking the Green Magma with all of us. So thank you for being here. It's great having you in Chicago. I know you're on a very busy schedule, running around the United States and doing what you do, and we appreciate the time that you've taken out.
Thank you.
So,
it's good to be here.
Tell me about the Green Magma Dragon Challenge. Now, Dragon is your first name. It's Yugoslavian for John,
it's
correct?
Slightly differently spelled, but it is my first
A-N, okay. What is the fitness challenge?
We go to various conventions and health institutions, health clubs and gymnasiums, and demonstrate this high energy output with 35-pound dumbbells.
Okay, this is a 35-pound dumbbell, right?
Yes.
Watch this. my God, I just got a hernia.
Yeah. So the challenge is to take this dumbbell, which is 35 pounds.
And he lifts it
and
like it's a
lift
Twinkie.
Lift it from your hip to above your head as many times as you can. So I will lift as many times as I can, and then we offer $1,000 or $2,000 or even $10,000 last in Columbus. We offer $10,000
Really?
to any individual from all over America to beat me.
So you get people
Number.
tracking you, kind of like stalkers, right? Like trying to beat your challenge.
So far, I was lucky, or I never lost, so that's good for us. And the idea of this challenge is not just to talk about energy, like most people talk about energy, abstract forms of energy. For example, if you take some product and say, "Well, I feel so good, it's so
Right.
fantastic," that's abstract, that's subjective information about your well-being. We don't really know how that relates to somebody else's well-being. But if you do something, some physical activity that can be compared to somebody else's, then we can see how good that is, really. So we
Based on
want to
their
demonstrate
protocol,
in
right.
objective terms what the energy is all about and how it is, how
The
green
efficacy,
food, green
right.
magma, helped me to actually exert such large amounts of energy, especially at this age.
What is the Green Magma Fitness Dragon Challenge? I know you run around the United States a lot, and people have to try and compete with you, right? And see if they can outdo what you're capable of doing,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Yeah, Green Food sponsors this challenge, and,
All right.
and the idea of this challenge is to demonstrate the physical energy, which really is the only indication of, I believe, of
Strength.
one's vitality.
Right.
People talk about vitality in abstract terms, about well-being, about their energy in abstract, subjective terms. For example, when I worked in health clubs all my life, so
Okay.
I know how often my members would come and say, I took this product yesterday, I feel so good today, I feel revitalized,
Right.
and I feel younger. I mean, possibly they do, but objectively it doesn't really mean anything. That's a subjective interpretation of one's well-being. We would like to show this objectively, what the energy is all about, so that people can see it and compare it to somebody else's energy. That's the only way to show one's energy objectively, so that people can appreciate that.
Right. So
So-
do you literally get up and start lifting the 35-pound dumbbells over your head, and then people
Yeah.
can challenge
Yeah,
to see if
that's
they
the
can outdo
dumbbell
you?
that,
I tried to lift, yeah.
You tried, yes. And so, yeah, what I do, I lift that dumbbell from my hip to above my head.
Okay.
Using the simple law of physics, Newton's law of physics, we
Mm-hmm.
can evaluate the exact amount of energy. It's the weight times the distance.
Right.
So if I lift that 100 times or 200 or 500
Can
times.
you do that?
Yes, I can lift more than that.
That's
We can
amazing.
evaluate that energy output, the amount of energy my body created.
Wow.
Now, when we compare that to a contestant who might be half of my age, who might be twice as big, and most people expect me to
Mm-hmm.
be big, and you did.
I did. I thought
You
you'd be
know.
this huge, bulky guy walking in the door, and I'm like, he's a lean bean,
Yeah.
all muscle.
So that's what most people expect. So when they see the contest and when they see 5 big guys expiring before I do, then they start appreciating the fact that the energy comes from inside of the body. It's not
Right.
visible. It's not. I mean, big muscles suggest that you have a lot of energy, but not necessarily you do have that energy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we do. That's what the challenge is all about, to inspire people to first to eat properly and take proper supplement, and to use proper exercise program.
Right, and the main reason I personally was very interested in speaking with you folks and with you in general is because of the fact that this is a live food. You know, this is a food medicine. It's not a vitamin, it's not a mineral, it's actually a food. So anytime you take in a live food, I know that the mechanisms, the biochemistry of that food changes, it alters the way the cell works. So you're telling me that since you started taking this, different things have started to occur in your performance levels. What are they?
Well, first of all, I started this about 3.5 years ago, and I
Okay.
started it because somebody gave it to me as a gift.
Yeah.
And being in the position of the health manager, health club manager, various agents come and give you products because they expect that
Right.
your clients will
Right.
use it. So I was given this product, and I realized a few months later that my sleep and my digestion was better, and consequently my training became better. And the main thing is